Hey guys, Sean from Charleston Crafted here, and I am here to tell you today about the new Kreg 720 and 720 Pro pocket hole jig. This tool is amazing. It's super quick and makes pocket holes super easy for all your projects. Here it is right here, the 720 Pro. Basically, the difference between the 720 Pro and the 720 are these docking stations that clip to the side. Essentially what that does is if you're working with a longer piece, it gives you extra room on the sides for stability. But for the rest of the purposes of this review, I'm going to take the docking stations off just so I can show you the jig itself. The docking stations come off really easily. They're just a little clip underneath the jig and they just pop off. One thing that is cool about these docking stations is that they are actually little storage containers, and inside there you can keep your clamps and other tools that you need. Alright, so here's the main body of the 720 Pro pocket hole jig. This is a completely new look to pocket hole joinery from Kreg. This is an amazingly awesome, sleek machine that has a lot of cool features that the old pocket hole jigs did not have. What this means is that you no longer have to twist the little dial on your pocket hole jig to adjust for the thickness of your wood, and you also don't have to undo the dial on the back and change the drill guide depth as well, because the Kreg Jig 720 does it all for you. How? By pushing down this lever and latching it into place. So, let me show you what I mean by that. Here's a 3/4 inch thickness piece of wood. You put it in, boom, locked into place. Undo that. Here's a 1/2 inch thick piece of wood. Put that in, boom, locked into place. Here's a 1.5 inch thick 2x4, same deal, pop that in, boom, locked into place. So that's what's really cool, is that you can switch back and forth on this jig without having to actually adjust anything. The Automax clamping system is great for stability and making sure your wood is in place no matter what thickness it actually is. So the Kreg Jig 720 Pro is replacing the K5 system that has been around for a very long time. This is their newest innovation. It includes all of their great features like that Automax clamping system that really makes things easy. Also, this jig can be operated flat like this with pieces like going up and down. It can also be operated like this if you have longer pieces, wider pieces, or need to slide this under anything. The jig works in both directions. But wait, where is my driver bit and my drill bits? Oh yeah, that's right. They're tucked neatly inside here. On the underside of the 720 is both your drill bit, 2 different size square driver bits, as well as their thickness gauge and hex wrench. So the thickness gauge has been around for a little while with some of their other tools like the 320 that allows you to actually just, if you're not sure exactly how thick your wood is, you just measure it with the thickness gauge and you see, oh okay, that falls into the 3/4 inch category. Then you know how to set your drill bit in this case. You don't have to set the actual drill itself. So again, this is another innovation of theirs that has come around in some of their previous iterations, which is on the drill bit itself, it has marks for 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1.5 inch thick wood. You just adjust using the hex wrench on here, move the stop collar back and forth to where you need it to be, and latch it and tighten it into place. If you're not using one of those traditionally common thicknesses of wood, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, or 1.5 inch, you can put the drill bit in here, and there are markings on here to adjust the stop collar for the thickness of wood that you have. So you're not locked into just those 3. As we mentioned, this thing is something we really like. It does come with a clamp to clamp it to the table. As I mentioned, it stores right inside of the docking station. That clamp hooks onto the back of the jig here. So when you're putting it on here, you can clamp it directly onto the table from the back. You won't have any problem. So let's show you how it actually works. We got the drill bit, and it's set to 3/4 inch. So that's the piece of that's the workpiece I'm going to work with right now. So we attach that on there, make sure it's ready to go. As you know, always whenever you put a drill bit in, make sure it's going. All right, so we have a piece of wood, 3/4 inch. Again, doesn't matter. We just push the Automax clamping system down, and it goes into place. This is not moving. This is extremely sturdy. This is not moving back and forth. That's because we actually have a grip pad against the back fence of this pocket hole jig now that helps keep that wood from moving anywhere. So let's put this back in place. flat side. All right, so again, the stop collar is all you need here. It's into place. We're gonna go. See how smooth that was? They have their reinforced drill guides here, just like they do with all of their other guides. So now we pop this out just as before, and we have our pocket holes. Makes it really super simple. Again, if you needed to switch, if you're working on multiple thicknesses of pieces, then you could just pop this in. Here's a 1/2 inch piece. You would adjust the stop collar here, just like we did. Pop this out. Adjust this to a 1/2 inch. Just real quick, slide that there, and then see how quickly I just did you see how quickly I just switched from using a 3/4 inch piece of wood to a 1/2 inch piece of wood just by one simple twist on the stop collar of the drill bit. Another thing, as you can see, I'm at my kitchen table, which I did build with a Kreg pocket hole jig. The entire table is just pocket holes and some wood glue. So you can really make anything with a pocket hole jig just like this one. Anything small, from a plant stand to a dining room table to a platform bed, anything you want. All right, as I am working at my kitchen table, I don't have a vacuum hose hooked up, but the other cool thing about the 720 Pro jig is that it does come with vacuum hose attachments that slide right into the side of the jig here. And since all the dust and shavings come out the back when you're using this, they come into the drill guide here. If you attach this hose right here with the opening facing out, it will go in. Just pop that in right there. Put your vacuum hose attachment on that connector piece and put your shop vac or whatever hose you have in there, and it'll suck everything out right for you. This makes your cuts a little bit smoother. So again, once you have your pocket holes drilled, again, as with any other Kreg pocket hole system, swap out your drill bit, snap that back into place so you don't lose it. Pull out one of your square driver bits, pop that into your drill, grab from your assortment of appropriately length screws from Kreg, put your wood pieces together, and again, if you're not at your kitchen table, use a clamp if you need to, but then just drill these together. As you can see, we just pulled a right angle together in no time. This is a super simple tool. I really like this 720 and 720 Pro jig. This really is the smoothest, quickest operating system that I have seen from Kreg. We really love the Automax clamping system. This is making projects super easy. We love this new system and the stability that it has. This is going to make all of our projects that much easier, that much quicker, and we are super excited to use this. We really love this tool and can't wait to share it with you. So definitely check it out if you are into any sort of woodworking, and subscribe to us. Check out the other reviews of all of our other Kreg products that we've been trying out lately. Take you later.